Sam Altman made a famous bet that AI would finally produce the first one-person, billion-dollar company, something that would have been unimaginable before, and now, he said, was coming. And in 2026, the internet crowned a winner, a health startup run by two people, projecting over $1 billion in revenue. There was just one problem. That same company had already received a warning letter from the FDA for marketing built on fake doctors and deep-faked patient photos. So let's do this one honestly, because AI didn't make the company one person. It made one person responsible for everything. The real proof isn't a lone genius with a magic tool. It's people like Maor Shlomo, who built a product called Base 44 by himself, raised $0, and sold it to Wix for around $80 million. Or Midjourney, roughly $500 million in revenue, about 40 people, no outside funding at all. And the number that actually tells the story isn't headcount, it's revenue per employee. Cursor, around $3 million per person. Midjourney, around $2 million. These are tiny teams producing what used to take hundreds of people. That's the real shift. Not one person, $1 billion. It's a handful of people doing the work of a company 10 times their size. Because it was intoxicating. One guy, $20,000, a dozen AI tools, $400 million in sales, 2 employees. Altman himself said he'd won the bet, and then the details came out. A warning letter from the FDA for deceptive marketing. Over 800 Facebook pages posing as individual, real doctors. AI-generated deepfake before and after photos of patients. A data breach. Forbes quietly removed the company from their story. Here's the lesson, and it's the whole point of this series. Revenue is not a company. What you had was the demo of a business. Big numbers, tiny team. And it hid everything that makes a company actually real. Trust, compliance, safety. Those weren't automated away. They were skipped. The writer Evan Armstrong framed it perfectly. When everyone has the same AI, the tools stop being an advantage because everyone can build the same thing. He calls it syndrome, a flood of lookalikes, and everyone's margins collapse together. So what's actually left that a machine can't do for you? 2 things. Taste, the judgment to choose the right thing to build first and better than everyone else. And distribution, actually reaching the people who need it when you have no budget for a sales team. One line of his stuck with me. My product is not words, it is trust. Taste and trust and distribution. Those are deeply human, and they don't ship in an API. The engineer Charity Majors has the sharpest version of it. When code becomes cheap, you need more engineering discipline, not less. Someone still has to decide which failures are unacceptable, which rules must always hold, how the whole thing behaves when it's under real stress. And in a company of one, that someone is you, for all of it. Product, data, security, operations, distribution, trust. Every one of those still orbits a single person. The AI does the typing. You are accountable for the outcome. And it is not evenly easy. AI gives you a huge lift on the brand new and the simple. On the old, load-bearing systems that actually make the money, it barely helps at all. That's exactly where real expertise still lives. Here's the honest reframe. AI didn't make the company one person. It removed the typing. The part that, as we've seen, was never the real bottleneck. And it left one person holding all the responsibility that always was. The real one-person company isn't a lone genius with a magic tool. It's someone with taste and distribution and the discipline to own an entire system, who just happens to type almost none of it themselves. AI made the company small. It made the person responsible for everything. So, can you be the one-person company? Yes, genuinely, more than ever. But not by vibing your way there. You get there by owning the whole stack. System design, your data layer, integration, security, actually shipping it and keeping it running. Every one of those is something a machine will not own for you. And every one of them is the rest of this series. The tool can hand you a company of one. The responsibility is what makes it a company at all. Thank you for watching. If this cut through the one-person company hype for you, share it with someone who's dreaming of building alone. Subscribe to AI Tech Book. Next time, we start the real work, system design, and why it was always the bottleneck.